Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome
hey.
to the show.
Didn't
Whoa.
see you there.
Whoa. Whoa.
Where
in a
are we?
different- we're in
Wait,
a
Jackson,
different
where are we?
place.
What is this? This isn't the couch.
No, we're not on the casting couch anymore. What? We gave up on that dream.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So,
They never called us back after.
too extreme.
They said they would, and then they never did.
Didn't.
Awful. Anyway, hi.
Yeah, so it may be a little echoey, but we're trying a new
Set
format, setting, kind of everything.
Yeah?
This is hopefully going to be our new setup, maybe. But we'll see, because we just kind of wanted to kind of revamp our show.
Revamp.
Yeah, a little bit. So,
Yeah.
But this is going to be, hopefully, the episode like right before the New Year's hits. So we decided to do a tier list
Yes.
of
We're gonna...
all the movies that we've covered, which is like 57, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was 57. The last one that we did was the Santa Claus. So
Right.
and that was
God.
last week or whatever. So,
yeah.
Or well, we recorded it like 2 weeks ago, but
It's been a minute, yeah.
but that was the last one we did, like 57.
Look, each week
and-
feels like a month now, okay?
yeah, like this year was really busy for us, but like I don't know, I have a good feeling about next year.
Yeah, me too.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully you guys all appreciate the new setup and all that stuff. And yeah, so there's not much to really be said about this. We're just gonna go through each movie. We have our own like list here, which I will hold up eventually to the camera because I printed out a larger version, but I I forgot it. So
Still a well-oiled machine
Yeah.
here, as you know.
you know, ending the year just like we always
Just as
do,
we started.
improvised. So
Oh, God.
yeah. So I don't know. You have anything else to add?
No, I'm just excited to get started.
Yeah, so we got Tiki Tacs here, and I will be handing you the little slip that we have here.
He's going to give me the slip.
Gonna give him the slip because this is how small it is. You can't even read it. So.
No, you can't. So we're going to have to say it out loud.
Exactly. So we're just gonna talk about him and see what rankings we have. We have
Okay.
S, which is S tier, which is basically like the top of the top, the cream of the crop.
Yeah, that's what they call it, the cream of the crop. Yeah.
And then we got A, B, C, D, E, F because that's the most common
Because that's how the alphabet
list.
go.
Yeah, S goes first. So.
S always starts first. And then ABC.
So that's kind of like what we do is kind of the generic tier list. So, the very first one in 2021.
Oh, we're starting with 2021?
Yep, we're going by year because we've done this for a couple years. So we're doing 2021, 22, and 23. So,
Where
Yeah.
is the time going?
yeah, I know, right? So, the first one we have is Scooby-Doo, Legend of the Vampire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right?
I've almost forgotten this movie entirely.
Because we did it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was the last
yeah.
time that I probably watched it, so.
2 years ago, huh?
Yeah,
That
probably.
good.
Mhm.
Okay. What's initially, like, what
Initially,
are we
for me, I am going to put it at B.
feeling? B?
Yeah, I would put it at B. I don't know about you. Because you really love Legend of the Vampire because of Hex Girls.
Well, I only
probably.
love Legend of the Vampire because of the Hex
But
Girls.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I gotta treat my girls right though. Yeah.
Yeah? What?
Because initially I was feeling C,
Okay.
just because I don't remember anything about the movie. But
yeah.
then you said the Hex Girls. I'm like, that's right, they're in
B.
there.
Would you do B?
So maybe a B, just because of the
Alright.
Hex Girls. We'll do
So,
B.
take the pin it on the B section here.
Yeah. Let me see.
And then I'll take off the list here. Or I'll probably just take a picture of the phone with my phone and then,
I'm gonna
you
put
know.
it just B, because we're
Yep.
gonna have probably others in the list.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So,
B.
all right. Scooby-Doo, Legend of the Vampire, B. Second one we got, Corpse Bride.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Corpse Bride is really, really good.
Tim Burton,
What do you think?
Johnny Depp.
Initially, what is your score?
B plus.
B plus. Okay.
I'll give it an A.
I was gonna give it an A.
I'll give it an A.
I would agree with you with A.
I think A. Why do you think A though? What's your
A?
reason for A?
I just like the aesthetic of Corpse Bride
Hmm.
in general. I like the lightings. I like the figures, how they designed it. How I absolutely love "Remains of the Day," the song.
Yeah, it remains
That
that
is
is a really
so
that's a pretty
catchy.
good bop. So
Very, very
yeah, that
catchy.
is such a bop.
It's Tim Burton, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's like claymation stuff. You always can tell it's his style. I don't know, just something about it. Just the aesthetic. Like
I would
that's-
have to agree on all those points actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the same points. Yeah, that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
so.
Okay, that's getting an A for me.
Okay. A. A for Corpse Bride. Hooray! We all end up. It remains the day.
Bam. All right.
All right, next.
What's our next one?
The Conjuring 3.
Conjuring 3.
So not the first one,
Okay.
but the third one. The Devil Made Me Do It.
The Devil Made Me Do It?
That is the third one.
That's the third one.
Yes, that is the one with witchcraft and all that stuff.
Right. I kind of remember this one. This was in
I-
2021?
I have my... Well, we covered it in 2021.
Gotcha.
It was like right after it got
got
on
out,
DVD.
right,
It was
yeah.
like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally, I bought it because I love my
Yeah.
collections and my
Yeah,
Conjuring
yeah.
universe. So, like, personally, for me, I based off of the Conjuring universe
Mhm.
as a franchise.
Mhm.
And this third one, I'd probably give it a B.
B?
Yeah.
I'm-
I was thinking C for a little bit just because
Okay.
I really love Conjuring and
Uh-huh.
Animal Creation and I don't know, just there was other ones in front of it. Like Conjuring 2 was, I feel like was, I don't know, for me, it was
well,
kind of a tie.
I mean, that's the thing, too. Like, comparing this Conjuring with the other Conjurings, you would put it at a B?
compared to the Conjuring franchise.
Like, all the other Conjurings, like 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
Like
well,
that trilogy. Like, because it's like its own little thing, like those
Yeah.
3 stories, right?
Well, I'd probably put it at a B then if I,
B?
yeah.
I was gonna say C because I'm trying to remember the fucking story. I kind of remember it. It hasn't really stuck.
It does deal with a lot of witchcraft and stuff.
Yeah,
So you can put it wherever
That's
you
cool.
want. How about that?
that's cool.
And
I
it's-
mean, honestly,
it's like-
my gut's telling me C.
Okay, well,
Alright.
put it in C then.
Yeah,
I could probably agree with that too.
yeah.
There were a few scenes where I was like, it's okay.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
Would I go back and watch it again after seeing it? Nah. I mean, it's been about as long, and I still don't feel like going to watch it again. I guess if that's
Yeah.
any indication.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have It, 2017.
2017.
Yeah, the first It.
The first It.
Yes.
It. The first.
I really love this movie.
This is a really good one.
I personally would give it an A. Not
A.
quite S, but A.
Oh, not quite S.
Yeah.
Really? Why not?
Because I have other horror movies. That I
Oh,
like
you got
over
other horror
It.
movies that you really like over it? That's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
I just really like the.
Because I would give it an A plus.
You know, I can agree on A plus.
You know what? Here,
I
put
can-
it like on the line.
Oh,
May-
put it on the
maybe
line.
we could do like pluses that are like on the line.
Yeah.
You know, like nice in between S and
Yeah.
A.
Oh, God damn it. Hold on. It's somewhere right there. Fucking shit.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay, cool.
It's in there. Cool.
Any reasons why you
Uh,
would give it an A plus?
I'll say A plus just because I really like the dynamic of the losers, the lovers, the losers,
The Losers Club.
the losers club. They just felt like genuine, like
It felt natural.
yeah, it felt like natural, like kids generally just like talking shit,
The
and
way
fucking
they
around with each other. I was
banter
like,
with each other.
yeah, the banter felt real to me. The danger was serious.
Sirius Black.
It felt like.
No?
Yeah, because if I were to compare it to the other movie, like, yeah, I would put this one just a little bit higher than the other one. So
Yeah.
yeah.
From the chapter 2 one?
From chapter 2,
Yeah.
because like
I-
it was good too, but I feel like the first one like really just
I,
nails it because there are a bunch of kids dealing with something so
not
otherworldly
of
and
the
terrible. Like the danger was real,
yeah, very much.
as real as it could get. You know,
All right, next we have The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. So
Ah,
the
the
first
first
of the
Hobbit.
franchise. First of the Hobbit trilogy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm kind of up and down about this one,
Really?
just because I kind of base it off of obviously books and the trilogy on
Right.
both.
Well, that's where you and me differ,
Exactly.
though, because
exactly.
you know,
what would you give it like on a ranking?
I'll also give it an A.
A?
A for me.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at it not so much as like because we've already like gone through the book together, and you guys can check that out at the Books and Baggins
Well, that's
episode.
like Lord of the Rings, not The Hobbit.
Oh, we did. Oh no, Hobbit! I did that on my own time.
You did that
My
on your
bad.
own. Yeah.
You're right. Why did I think that we did? Yeah, because we did Lord of the Rings.
We did Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
But still check it out.
But yeah, check out Lord
Books
of the
and
Rings,
Baggins.
Books and Baggins. Good
Yeah.
stuff there. Yeah, because I'm looking at it as the movie as like a D&D campaign for me.
Which
'Cause-
is
yeah, that's where I'm like,
very
okay, that's where I
accurate.
can enjoy it a lot more and find the entertainment value that way.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's literally just like a party of dwarves, and then they had this one guy join at the last second to join the group.
A rogue
They're like,
just joins.
You can just be anything.
They
You can
already
be a
got a
dwarf like the
wizard.
rest of us, or you could be like one of these other things. He's like, oh, what's this thing? A hobbit? You want to be a hobbit? All right, you're a hobbit.
You're like, okay.
He just wanted to be like the one that stood out, right? And then just like the shenanigans of like the whole movie that happened. Like, it all just felt like a D&D game to me.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, okay, I can get the entertainment. I get my money's worth here. You know?
So you're saying an A?
A for
that
me.
one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do a B plus.
B plus.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
do a B plus. I do enjoy the Hobbit trilogy.
Uh-huh.
I just
Well,
kinda
this
like,
is just the first one we're talking about.
I know, yeah, but like as a whole, the trilogy, I usually try to like sit down and be like, don't think about the books, don't think about it. Just enjoy the movie, and like, I've grown to a point where I'm like, yeah, I can actually. Hey,
Oh, well, good.
Here's Toby.
He's there.
Kitty interference.
Just
yeah,
chilling.
he just wants his cuddles.
All right.
But
So
I would say B plus.
B plus for you?
Just because it is actually a fun thing to just follow
to
along.
watch. All right, that's fair. Yeah, I'll settle with your B plus.
Sure.
Sure.
I think that's a fair rating.
That's a fair rating.
All right. Next one we have Pirates of the Caribbean 3 at
Oh, the
World's
third one.
End. Yeah,
oh,
the
that's
third
a
one.
fun one.
That one's a really fun one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I wouldn't give it S
No?
quite yet because I really love the first and the second over the third.
Okay, I see what you
Personally,
mean.
for
I
me.
see what you mean.
I would give it an A.
I think just because of the stakes, that
Right,
I mean,
'cause
it does really build
raises-
off of the last two pretty well, and it's still like very enjoyable.
Yeah.
But there really is something about those first two. I think.
Yeah.
That's just like
Yeah.
it starts to lose the magic a little bit towards the end of the third. I
Yeah.
guess.
Once it gets because like for me like the first one will be S for me
Fair.
For me.
I would agree.
for the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
First
but-
one and second one like A plus,
Sec-
to almost an S. Yeah.
Mhm. I was gonna give A plus for the second
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Well, this one I
That's-
think this is an A.
that one's an A. That one's good.
That's an agreeable easy.
That's
A
an
for me.
A.
That's an easy A.
A. Yep.
Easily. Yeah.
Put it on the board.
Yeah. Okay.
Boom.
Bam.
Perfect. Kind of.
Nope.
Maybe.
There it is.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right.
had to
Next
get it
we
at the right
have
angle.
the first Alien, 1979.
Oh, yes. So I'm gonna just go
Alien.
out the gate here. This is an S for me.
I was gonna agree with
Yeah.
that one. I love Alien, the first one.
This is
It's
a really
just-
good one. Just because it does such a fucking good job of building up tension throughout the movie, and
Uh-huh.
even after like the big reveal of the alien stuff, it still continues to build
Yep.
tension very, very well. So
It has like a
overall.
perfect blend of sci-fi and horror too. For me.
Yeah, it
Like-
really is.
Like putting two genres together is usually like kind of hard to like
Mm.
successfully pull
Mm-hmm.
off. I think Alien does a really, really good job about that.
Yeah, yeah. As like a first introductory piece to like sci-fi horror for me too.
Yeah.
Very
Survival
good.
sci-fi
so-
horror.
Yeah. I think the whole
Which
genre
is-
too of it. Yeah, it does a really good job. So yeah, I think that's
Cool. A first S tier
no. Well, yeah,
Yeah, it is.
technically, yeah,
because it was A plus.
A plus. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
There we
Alien. Bam. All right.
All right. Next
Nobody
one.
can see our little list there because of a microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
it's
you
fine.
probably couldn't even read it anyway.
No, you really couldn't read it.
I'm gonna
I've
take a
been-
picture-
I've been pinning stuff here.
Yeah.
but yeah.
I'm gonna take
You
a
can't see
picture
it.
of it later,
Yeah.
so that we can go by year and be like, this is
Yeah,
that, and then we'll put it in the episode. So
he'll be in the thumbnail, I guess.
maybe.
However that works.
We'll see. We'll see. Next one we have is Annabelle Comes Home. So
Okay.
that is the third Annabelle.
There was
film.
3 of them. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there's like there's Annabelle, like just Annabelle Creation, and then Annabelle Comes Home.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Annabelle Comes Home for me, I would give it a C. It's I don't know, like it's kind of creepy, but like it's kind of like predictable in a way,
Oh.
like predictable jump scares. I did not like the werewolf in.
Oh, is that what?
It was really weird, and I'm like, okay, like
I completely forgot about that. Wow.
So I don't know.
Well, okay. So here's my thing.
Oh,
plus
plus the girl that like snoops around, hate her. I just like in the
Oh,
story, it's just like, why would you do that?
Like in the situation that you're
She's
in.
just very irritating.
Gotcha. I was gonna give this a D just because I genuinely could not remember this movie for the life of me. I'm just like, I don't think anything really happened. And then you mentioned the werewolf. I was like, oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
it was
Bob's got
random
balls.
as hell. Yeah.
I
would say D.
D plus.
Sure.
Let's do a D plus, like that
I-
in between, because
Because I genuinely
D plus.
for
Put it like in the middle.
a little bit there.
Yeah,
I mean, I was trying not to cover the D.
Oh,
You know.
oh, you know.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Another horror movie, Insidious.
Oh, the first
The first one, Insidious. Really love this movie. don't know what you would put it in. I was going to put it in A.
You were gonna give it an A?
Yes. It is one of my favorite horror movies.
As a horror movie, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it really I really like the way that it delves into the astral projection, the spiritual self, the further, the red devil guy.
Yeah,
he's pretty cool.
I think because of like the introductory to the universe of Insidious too.
Yeah,
A is a fair one actually. I'd say A is
pretty decent.
Very, very decent for me. Yeah, I have no argument there with that.
Yeah, and
also just like the vibes of it. I could only imagine what it must have been like going to the theaters and watching this for the first time.
The very first
being in those like first people to watch the
that'd be so cool.
Insidious universe like come to life.
That'd be so cool.
Like
lucky.
That must have been a vibe.
All right, next one we got Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Classic Christmas movie.
What would you give this?
I rewatched this movie like
a lot of times,
maybe 50 times throughout my life. And mind you, there was a period in my life where coming back home from school where I had this movie, and my sister, she was very young at the time, maybe like 5 or 6. We would literally watch this movie every day after I would come back home from school. Because she loved it that much, so it kind of just became a tradition. It got to the point where like my mom and her dad were just like getting so annoyed with us because every time they would just find us in the living room watching this movie again and again and again, and they're like, "Why are you guys watching the movie again?" And I'm like, "It's a good movie."
Because it's a good movie.
So yeah, for that reason, S tier.
S tier. I want to say A plus.
A plus for you?
Yeah.
Nah, it's an S. It's an S. That's an S tier, bud. That's an S tier movie.
All right, whatever. Well, it's both.
Look, this or Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride's an A.
Corpse Bride's an A. Nightmare Before Christmas is better.
Yeah, that's an S.
Okay,
that's my point there. All right.
Okay. Next one, we got Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Oh, the second one.
The second one.
Okay.
What would you give this one?
Right up the gate.
Yeah.
An A.
A?
A to a B.
I was gonna say an A.
An A?
Yeah, I really love this one just because it's a family favorite of
ours.
Oh yeah. We quote it so much. Like
it does have a lot of shit. I mean, I think the most iconic scene for me between like
the rhino scene,
and the fucking when they're like fighting in the Wachudu tribe.
Oh yeah. Like this is the circle of death.
Yeah, the circle of death. Yeah, those are like two very iconic scenes. And also the opening where like with the raccoon in the mountain. Like that was also pretty good too.
Yeah, so. If you were me, then I'd be you, and I use your body to get to the top.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I think A is a fair one.
A for Ace.
Yeah, that's a fair one.
Yeah, just keep putting it
off to the side.
Further off to the side.
Oh, this one's literally just dip it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. Next one we got The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah. The Dark Knight. Yeah, with Heath Ledger.
That's a good one.
That one's amazing.
Amazing.
I don't know what breaking you would put it in,
but
I'm just saying for you.
Oh, you want to see what I got?
I could.
This for me.
I remember for me personally
so much of this movie.
But like before my wedding, when I was living still like in Elgin, remember that?
Yeah.
In the dinky little apartment.
Oh yeah.
I remember watching that movie so much. I would put it on.
You know, I do.
Like every month, I remember watching.
I will be honest. Every time I see this movie on screen or somewhere, I'm like, I gotta watch it now.
I know it's such a good. For me, I would put an S. I love The Dark Knight.
I was gonna say S.
I can watch it front to end anytime.
I don't think I've ever had a time where I didn't enjoy this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a really good movie.
I feel like it's the best portrayal of the live action Batman. Like because obviously
I don't know
cartoons,
if it's,
but
for me,
that's personally for me.
I don't know if it's my best portrayal of Batman. I mean, I'm just looking at it from like the cartoons because well,
that's what I'm saying. Not the cartoons,
not the cartoons, but live action,
like movies.
Like I don't know. There's a lot I got to think about because there's a lot of factors going on to like all the different versions of Batman. It's different.
Yeah.
But definitely one of my favorite Jokers and just one of my favorite Batman movies as a whole, from start to finish or start to end. Yeah, start to finish.
Yeah.
S tier.
S tier.
Easy.
You know what else is an S tier?
What else is an S tier?
Shrek.
Well, we're not even going to argue here. That's an S. On to the next.
Excellent. We both agree.
Shrek is an S. That's just... If you know, you know. And if you don't know, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah,
go watch Shrek. Stop watching this. Go watch Shrek.
Yeah, somebody once told me to put this movie on the
S tier. Yeah.
All right. Next one is Krampus.
Krampus. Ooh,
Yeah,
this
that
was a
one's-
fun one.
I really like Krampus,
I enjoyed
the
it.
movie.
Yeah.
Plus, I like the figure itself of Krampus.
I think I
Very
like the mythology and the lore of it
I think
a
so
lot.
too.
I think that's
The
kinda what
movie
the draw-
itself.
The movie itself, interesting.
Yeah.
Some fun bits.
Yeah. I would give it a B.
I was gonna say B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it's a good movie, but like, it's a seasonal movie.
Yeah.
I feel like-
I'm not gonna go.
I don't find myself watching Krampus in
Often,
July,
right?
So
Yeah, like it didn't make me want to rewatch it over and over again.
like once it comes like November, December, it's like okay, now I can.
When the
kinda get
vibes is right, Krampus is a decent movie to watch.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. So yeah, I think B is fair.
B is pretty fair.
B is pretty fair.
All right, the first Home Alone.
Oh god,
first
yeah.
one.
The first one.
Yeah.
I will give this.
I
Now,
love-
mind you, I've only watched this movie the few times that I've watched
Yeah,
it.
That's the thing.
That's
I've
the
watched it
thing.
a lot.
I mean, it is fun,
It's a fun movie.
but I've only watched it a few times. What
gonna-
about you? What
I'm gonna
about
give
you?
it a
Tell me.
B.
You're gonna give it a B.
Because like I do really like this movie,
Uh-huh.
and it gets me into the Christmas spirit.
Uh-huh.
And because of it, kind of like Krampus,
Uh,
I kind of only watch it during the winter.
yeah, that's
Fall
where it
and
makes the
winter
most
times.
sense to watch it.
Like
I
I'll
feel.
watch it after Christmas, but like only because it's still winter.
It's still
And so
winter.
I'm like,
Yeah, after winter, it's kind of just like meh.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I would give it a B. Like a decent.
I think
it's a
B.
decent film, and like that's
I
one of
think-
the most popular.
I think
Christmas
if I was
movies.
being generous, then yeah, B for me.
okay,
B for me.
I like that.
I'm feeling a little generous.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple more Christmas movies
Oh, Jesus.
for this year.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Ah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now my question to you is like a Muppet Christmas or Home Alone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the rankings that we're
Well,
arguing?
that's what I mean. So, like, would you watch Muppet Christmas or Home Alone? If
I
you
would
had to
watch
pick
Home
one?
Alone.
Home Alone?
Yeah.
I would go Muppets. Just because, like, okay, I grew up watching a lot of fucking Sesame Street and Muppets
yeah, so did
and all
I.
that stuff.
Yeah.
That's, for me, was a lot more interesting than just, like, Home Alone. Personally. That's just me, though.
Well,
Like,
what would you give this then?
I would give this maybe a B plus to an A.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would give it a
Michael
B.
Caine, man!
Well, I know that. Give it a B plus.
All right, I'll put it right above Home Alone.
Right above Home Alone. That's a good one. All right. The last
Bang.
Christmas episode of 2021 was How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So the Jim Carrey version.
Oh.
I love this movie.
Oh.
I think this
it's
is
A almost an S for me.
this. I was gonna say this is probably the only Christmas movie that I would give an S tier.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we were gonna put it like out of the entire year
Yeah.
and all the movies and of all the Christmas movies we've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, would I watch this more over Nightmare Before Christmas? Probably not.
Yeah. Right.
But it is still Jim Carrey,
Exactly.
and it is a fucking awesome movie. My sister and I were literally just watching it the other week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So
I would give it an S for me personally.
Sure. I'll put it in S.
And we got one more movie.
One more movie.
Onward. You remember Onward?
Onward.
Yeah, the animated movie.
Give me that movie.
Onward. What would you give Onward
Hold on,
for the
let me
rating?
get
I really
get
appreciated this movie.
Let me get this done there. All right.
I'm gonna give this-
S tier. It's a good movie.
Very good.
Very
Very
fun.
good.
Tale of two brothers.
Emotional and
Emotional.
yeah. And I don't know. It's just like a good
It's a
wholehearted
fun,
movie.
wholesome adventure, but it's still like, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like what I imagine
hold on.
having a brother would have been. Oh, god damn it, Toby! There
My
you go.
goodness.
Stop checking out the pizza.
Yeah, seriously.
Uh,
Yeah, I feel like Onward was just really cool for both of us.
yeah,
Because, I mean, heavily inspired by D&D, obviously. Obviously. It's a fantasy movie, animated, and
it's a modern
the voice
fantasy.
the voice
Because
acting
it's still
was
set,
awesome.
Yeah, the voice acting was really good.
But
I liked all
modern
the,
fantasy.
set in like a modern setting, and also, where was I going with this? I had a train of thought and it just left me.
I don't know.
Fuck. I loved all the side characters. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
very fun. Also, kind of felt like a D&D campaign in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. So
Well,
yeah.
They went on a quest.
Yeah. Like it was just, and then you had some iconic, like you had the gelatinous cube
Yep.
and a dragon,
Yep.
quote unquote.
That is, yeah. The Manticore.
And the Manticore. Manticore was actually really badass. She was one of my favorites.
That
Yeah.
was really cool. I like that one.
Yeah,
And,
and
like a enchanted sword,
Mm-hmm.
a big dragon, which is made out of a curse, and
All the wholesome vibes.
they're elves. Like the
Kinda.
main
They're
characters.
basically
are
elves. They're
Yeah.
pretty much elves. Yeah.
Well, in the movie, they're elves, but
I don't think they call themselves elves.
yeah, they do.
Did they?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in a minute, so don't quote me on that. But
But
yeah.
okay. So that is all the movies that we covered in 2021.
Pretty good, pretty
we
good.
have a lot more to
Yeah.
cover because, we've covered a lot of movies.
Mhm.
So. We are now on to the 2022 movies. And when I was going through the list, I realized that 2022 was the most movies that we actually covered.
Oh,
We covered-
I guess we must have had a lot of free time then.
Probably. We covered 25 movies, which is
wow.
basically it's almost half of our entire catalog of movies,
yeah.
which is crazy. So
We were working.
apparently,
Cranking them out.
first one we got
What we got?
Van Helsing. S tier.
We're not going to discuss this.
We're not going to discuss that. That
That's an
is
S tier.
phenomenal film.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Like
I'm so upset that it's so underrated in the
I
eyes
know.
of the fucking critics. But this
vampires
is
and
genuinely-
werewolves. Oh my.
Yeah, and this is still by far the best depiction of a werewolf.
Yeah.
Period. Because like
yeah.
every other werewolf after that has not given me that vibe of a badass, terrifying monster that is going to rip me to shreds.
No.
And it's hot, right?
For some reason.
But yeah, they didn't have to make it hot, but it's hot. Okay. But yeah,
All right. Yeah. So we
Van
can
Helsing is
agree on that
phenomenal.
one. Star Wars Episode 5: The Empire Strikes Back.
Ooh, classic.
What would you rate this one?
Empire
Just
Strikes
episode
Back.
5. Yeah.
If I had to put the original trilogy under a
ranking.
microscope,
Yeah.
judging all the movies,
Yeah.
I think I like this one better than the first.
A lot of people kind of gear toward Episode 5.
Yeah.
I personally really love origin stories.
Oh yeah.
I actually like A New Hope better than Empire Strikes Back. That's
Okay.
me, of course, but like I know a lot of people love Empire Strikes Back.
It's fun.
I would give Episode 5 an A. Yeah, that's me.
All right.
But if you want to give this an S tier, I think we should do it in between.
I'll agree with you with an A because
An
like
A?
I did like this one.
Yeah.
It's still like not my favorite trilogy. I'm sorry, but like it's still like a really good trilogy that
Yeah.
literally. And you know what? Because I was actually thinking about this the other day with like the terms like the original trilogy.
Yeah.
It's really refreshing to kind of watch the original trilogy from time to time for me because like
yeah.
it's nice to see that something that is what it is now, like the origin of it basically, and just before it even became the hype, just being a really fun set of movies
Yeah.
and a fun adventure throughout.
Space Adventures.
Space Adventures, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh yeah, and this is literally what took off.
Yeah.
And I know this is going to be a little bit off topic. I'm going to agree with you on an A here.
A? All right.
Yeah. I'm very excited for whatever Netflix has coming out with. It's like not quite Star Wars, but sort of Star Wars
Oh.
film that's coming out. It's called like something Rebel Moon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's coming soon, and I'm very just off the trailer I saw. Looks dope.
So like a sci-fi adventure.
It's basically a sci-fi adventure. Kind of feels like Star Wars, but not Star Wars. It's universe. It's
Like
just
you
its
can
own
tell
thing.
there's an influence of.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's going to be a Star Wars influence.
There's
of
going to be a
lot of sci-fi.
laser sword.
There is in the trailer. There was a laser sword. Yes.
Okay.
It had this really cool like trailing effect. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it.
Okay. All right. Next one, which is definitely an S tier. Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith.
That's an S
This
tier.
is an S plus. That's
plus.
what it is. Put it like literally above here. Like put it
Yeah,
right above the
because-
title.
Right above the title.
Yeah, right there. It is amazing.
That was reminding me of like my boxing graph on Wii Sports. It was literally off the fucking
Off
graph.
the charts.
Off the chart. I wasn't even on the charts anymore. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. How high can this go? Literally off the chart.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
yeah.
we both can
Score,
agree it's amazing.
choreography,
Duels,
cast. My God.
cast, the ending scenes, like
Yeah.
space battles, the
Very cool.
duels,
Yeah.
the tragedies.
Yeah. I'll never understand the hate the prequels got.
Episode 2, I can see. Episode 1,
Sure, but, like, still.
but like, oh,
But
man.
even again, looking at them overall, very fun, very great movies.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. For me personally, all three of these next ones are S tier and above.
Oh, okay.
Because this is Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, just give me the 3 movies.
Yeah.
Just give me.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
I'll give Fellowship an S plus
Okay.
because that's basically like along the
beginning.
lines of
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. But
Okay.
Fellowship because yes, it's the origin, it's the beginnings. I feel like it's just a fantastic fantasy film. You get a lot of action.
It's
you get
the
some
groundwork
battles.
of all of our fantasy period.
And that's a very much like
Yeah.
you can tell that that's a D&D party as well.
I mean, it basically is the original D&D
Yeah.
party.
So I mean, you can't argue with that. So.
Yeah.
For me, that's S plus. Two Towers is going to be a regular S tier for me,
Okay.
personally, because I tend to watch that the least among the three. I still very much love. Oh, you're just going to put them all in
Yeah, I'm
there.
just gonna put them on.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
I actually so if you guys listen to the podcast or whatever, you know that I'm writing a book or series, and one of the characters that I recently created actually is based off of Éomer, which is
Really?
from Two Towers.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell
He's I love his character.
He's just a
so
badass,
much.
yeah.
Like, there's a lot of good characters that
yeah.
introduced in Two
Oh,
Towers,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Éomer and Theoden, like anybody from Rohan.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, they were all very cool.
But there's a lot of good things about Two Towers, but I just watch it the least. And then S plus plus is Return of the King.
Return of the King. Yeah.
For obvious reasons, because well, I mean it's just perfect. So,
That's the culmination of everything.
yeah.
The biggest fights. The biggest music.
Yes.
The biggest.
The music, the characters, the fights,
It's just the biggest.
the betrayals, the a bunch of stuff that's just amazing. So
Yeah. We're putting it up
we're putting it up there.
Bam.
All right. So Lord of the Rings is covered.
Nice and easy. I like it.
Next one that I think you will agree on with S tier as well is Neverending Story.
Oh, yeah. That is such a fucking...
It is a
You guys
classic
gotta
fantasy.
check out... See,
Oh, it's
here's the
so
thing
good.
that you guys don't understand is, like, the 80s really was a magical time.
It really was.
And even for all of, like, the weird animatronic looking things,
Mm-hmm.
it still adds it added such a charm to the movie.
Again, going back to the aesthetic.
The aesthetic of
80s
it,
movies
yes,
are
of
just-
80s movies, so fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I really wish we had more movies like this nowadays, but, you know, it's just not in the budgets that we have to work with these days.
Well, that too, and I feel like a lot of like CGI computerized
Yeah.
stuff is taken over, which is kind of unfortunate.
It is kind of unfortunate that we lost a little bit of that, but I still can appreciate like films that have like practical sets and like still create a lot of like their sets and stuff and not rely so heavily on the CGI because that's like something tactile and real that you can actually see and like just touch it. But yeah, aesthetic, the music, the storytelling, such a fucking good story. It's a shame that the guy who wrote the book didn't like it. But
right.
very good. So yeah, S tier for me.
Definitely, me too. I love it. All right, next one is The Goonies.
Oh yeah,
I love The Goonies.
that's where we see our little Sean in there.
Oh, yep, mini Sean.
Little
Astin.
Sean, little Josh,
mini
little
Thanos. Personally, I would give this another S.
Oh yeah.
I love The Goonies. I watched it so much, like on repeat.
I didn't watch it as much as you, but this is a really fun movie for me too.
Yeah. And I'm glad they haven't made a second one. It is a standalone
didn't-
film.
it didn't need
It does
to.
not need a second
It didn't need
one.
the sequel.
It's good by itself, and I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't think they'll make another one. They'll probably make a remake of it at some point in the future. I mean, that's gonna happen sooner or later. Probably.
I would give it S though.
But,
I love The Goonies.
Yeah, I personally I'd give it an A plus, but like I'll settle on an S too.
Cool.
We got this is the year of the S.
I was gonna say, apparently we just chose
The
all
best
of our
movies.
top movies of this year. So
No, the best movies is
the
what we
best,
chose.
because you know what's next?
What?
The Dark Crystal.
No.
Are we gonna give that an S1 as well?
Oh, confession, A plus for me.
Okay.
I like the series a little bit more.
Really?
I mean, okay, I like anything that gives me like a lot of lore.
Yeah. Well, okay.
And-
Okay. Sure.
and-
They
and-
do go a little bit.
Yeah,
into
it takes
history.
everything from the Dark Crystal and just gives it like a little extra seasoning for me, right? And I like my seasoning. I like having my food with extra seasoning. Okay.
I'll
Dark
agree with you
Crystal
with
is
A+.
a nice it's a nice appetite. It's a nice introduction. It's a nice first plate, if you will.
Okay.
Whereas the
I feel
series was like a main course that I
Yeah.
never got to completely enjoy because we never got more than what was given.
Where is it?
So
Give us season 2.
I'll give it an A. I'll give it an A for me.
A's a good one.
Yeah.
Next one, we have Rogue One.
Ooh.
Yeah. Debatable.
This is
Exactly.
Mm.
And yeah, we went back on Star Wars on this one. Rogue One kind of goes up and down for me.
Really?
Yeah, like it has a slow start, and
I think okay. So Star Wars is like the peak, like the trilogy, sequels,
Yeah.
prequels. That's like the whole Skywalker thing, right?
yeah.
For me, the reason why I would rank Rogue One higher, probably.
Oh, what would you rank it?
I would give it an A.
Oh, I would not give it an A.
Oh, you would not give it
No.
an A?
No.
Well, I would give this an A for me, simply because I really liked the depiction of all the other, like the rest of the galaxy that isn't a fucking Jedi.
Well, yeah.
That's the thing
That's
that
why I liked it too.
That's what I
Yeah.
really enjoyed about it, and also looking at the Force as outside of just like this magical influence that the Jedi have over, but also as like a religion that other people, who, even if they're
Right.
not Force sensitive, still like believe in
Still
and
kinda
like
follow.
follow as
Yeah.
like ideology.
Right.
And the cast of characters is very interesting, and also we get our first Mexican in the galaxy far, far away. So I'm a little bit biased if I say A. But
Fair enough.
and also I really liked Diego Luna. He's a really good.
Oh no, he was great.
He's a great actor.
He was great.
Yeah.
I was
really
going to give it a B. That's why.
Oh, you're gonna give it a B?
Yeah.
I would have to argue with you on an A.
How about we settle in between with a B plus?
I'll put it here, just above A, just squeaking by.
Okay. All right.
Just
like
squeaking
right,
by,
right on the hair.
right there, because it's still an A for me.
Because I did appreciate the storyline where it leads into Episode 4.
Yeah.
And it makes more sense.
It also makes fucking Vader look scary as hell in that one.
The final scene was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
that was
so
like,
good.
oh,
Like
yeah.
I would say, like the last, like so like the last half, right? It was about a 2-hour movie, right? Or was it an hour and a half?
Give or take.
Like
Close to.
the last half of the movie was awesome. It was amazing.
Oh,
Great-
the action.
Great battles, great space battles. Kitty
I can see where, because like you probably, it was a lot of build up to get to that. I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
I think that's the only really thing that I have against it. But anyway, next one we have is
Cut.
just in the middle of everything.
He's just going up.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just coming up here.
I'm saying he only likes the left shoulder,
Only the left.
only the left. Anyway, next one we have is Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, okay. Oh, God, what do I feel about Dumb and Dumber? Okay,
Yeah,
so Dumb and Dumber,
you like it or you hate it.
I
really.
do like it.
It's not like among my favorite comedy movies.
It's a
I would give it a
fun one.
B, just because it's like it's fun, but like
Because I'm thinking
I
like
only watch it when I'm in the mood for something dumb, like
Right.
actually dumb.
right, and I do watch a lot of dumb stuff a lot of the time.
That's
So-
both of us. That's what I'm saying. You got to be like kind of like in the mood to watch it.
I think B also.
Yeah.
Because I'm also trying to think about like compared to like Jim Carrey's other works. I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna be Ace Ventura for me. I think,
No.
yeah, I think this is gonna go a little bit lower. So yeah, B. B is a fair one. That's our first B right here.
Yeah, of 2022.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We chose our favorite movies
we really chose
because
good
the
ones.
next one
Oh, God.
is the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. I love the first one. S. Is that an S?
Good. Is that an S?
S for Spider-Man.
Ooh, see, this is gonna be a very hard one to this. Okay, I really loved William Dafoe as the villain.
Yes. Yep.
He's
Green
very
Goblin.
good.
Yeah.
I really loved fucking J.K. Simmons
Oh,
as
okay.
J.
Yeah.
Jonah.
Yep. Perfect role for him, really.
Yeah, it really was made for him, right?
I forget his name. The guy who played Harry.
James Franco.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he did a really good job too.
I actually think he
feel
did pretty good too. I
There's a lot of controversy with the Spider-Man and like the films, but like this is like OG for us, like Tobey Maguire.
yeah. I mean, this is what started it off.
I'll give it like an A if you don't want to do S. Like I can still give it an
Because
A.
I'm trying to see like, okay, which movie did I like more, the first one or the second one? That's the thing.
Second one was really
Second
good
one was
too.
really cool, and the second one mainly because like instead of making the
'Cause of
villain
Doc
completely
Ock.
monstrous, the villain was actually somewhat like redeemable in a sense
At the end.
at the end.
Yeah.
So it's like that was really good too, especially like as a young kid, like seeing something like that for the first time, where like the villain wasn't all like a total bad guy.
Well, because he looked up to him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, that's. I mean, that adds to the tragedy
Yeah,
of it.
and that like as an older person, now,
Yeah.
I can appreciate that a little bit more too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where would I put this one though? Because this is the one that's like.
I'll give it an A.
I'll give it an
an
A.
A.
I'll give it an A.
Yeah.
I'll give it an A for now. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just give it an A.
We'll give it an A. I don't want to think about it too much. Ah!
Uh-oh. Drop the ticky tack.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's move on to the next.
All right. Next one we got is As Above, So Below,
Ooh.
which is a really cool and unique film,
Yeah, it is actually.
especially for a horror film, first person, camera and all that. I really love As Above, So Below. I would give it an A as well. I feel like it was unique. Obviously,
It's definitely one of the more unique horror movies I've seen, because this is
Yeah.
one of those things where it's like it wasn't so much like a supernatural. It was like kind of supernatural.
It was.
It was kind of supernatural, but there wasn't really like
It was a mix
Ghosts?
of. It was a mix of lore and the supernatural.
yeah. It was.
It was a
It's
mix.
because it's like this weird like. I don't know, something about the place itself.
The whole
right?
thing of As Above, So Below is the in between.
Yeah.
Which is like the space between hell and earth. pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah. It's because it's kind of like its own like little in between space,
Yeah.
and it's just weird shit happens because
Yeah.
you're starting to get into like some weird supernatural. Like you're really like
Yeah.
just stepping your your toe in the pool of the weird shit is like happening, and now you're like getting pulled
like-
in deeper and
It's like
deeper.
it's like a cursed place that you can potentially escape, but I mean, you gotta be
Yeah.
like on the edge, like
Yeah, you gotta be on your shit.
Yeah.
and doing it. I'll say A is
A?
agreeable.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would like that one.
That's agreeable to me too.
All right, next one can be debatable
Oh,
because this is the Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, our oldest film that we've covered.
Yeah, that's our oldest.
I mean, this was
it's
like
pretty
39,
old.
1939. So
Yeah.
that's an old film.
Yeah, we haven't checked out any Charlie Chaplin yet. So.
Yeah, that's true
Yeah.
actually. I'm trying to like base this off of like all the movies that I've seen. I feel like, and which is a lot, but I don't know. Wizard of Oz, I would give it a nice B, where it's like it's a good like classic
C or
movie.
B for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Is like I've seen it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really love this movie, the OG Wizard of Oz. I don't think they've ever remade this one.
Not this one, but they've had like other.
They had like the
interpretations.
spin-off like Oz the Great and Powerful. or
Yeah,
something
and
like
that's
that.
the one with James Franco.
That right.
Yeah.
That one was
James
that one was
Franco
okay.
and
It was one of the actresses.
Mila Kunis.
Was that her?
I think that was because she was like she turned into the Wicked Witch.
Yeah.
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 But I don't know actually. Wizard of Oz. I would give it a B. You would give it a C, which is maybe C plus. Like nice,
We'll meet at the middle.
like the nice divider there.
That's our lowest one right now.
So far, which is crazy.
Yeah,
All right.
but I mean, look at what it's up against though. That's the thing.
I know.
Yeah, that's a lot of good movies there.
All right. Next one. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The third one, which is a really good one.
That's really good.
I'm gonna
Okay.
give this an A. A for Azkaban.
That's an easy A. That's
It's not my favorite Harry Potter, but it
Oh,
has
really?
a lot of good elements in it.
True.
Obviously, the Dementors are the main thing that everybody loves about it.
Yeah, and again,
Obviously,
and
with Lupin.
here's the
Lupin.
thing: this movie would rank a lot higher if they gave it a better werewolf design. I'm just saying.
That's true. I mean, the design was pretty cool. Oh,
Look, it was cool and kind of creepy.
Toby.
Yeah, there's Toby.
there it is.
Like it was cool, a little creepy, but like, yeah, it still doesn't beat Van Helsing for me. So yeah, I think A is just right. for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, the next one is an S tier because this is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Oh, is that like your favorite one?
This is my favorite one, and my favorite one is actually tied with the first one.
Oh, really?
Sorcerer's Stone. I love the first one. But Goblet of Fire is awesome. I absolutely love
I
Goblet of
do
Fire.
like a tournament arc. Honestly,
It's so cool.
That's the thing.
It's really cool.
I do like a tournament.
It's a wizard
You know,
tournament.
I kind of wish we had more schools and stuff too, because like
I know.
that would have been a bigger tier for me too. It would have
Yeah.
it would have
You don't
grabbed
think
my
it's, you
attention
don't think
a
it's
lot more,
S for you?
I think it's an S.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's an S meant for me.
Right.
But it is a very good movie.
Plus, it's the whole revival of Voldemort.
It is the start of like, okay, now we're getting to the real plot of the story here.
Yeah, well, the threat just grows up.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, like now the threat is
More.
becoming much more real.
Because he's actually real.
Yeah, yeah.
He's in the flesh
yeah,
now.
yeah. So I'll meet you halfway with S.
A low S.
A low S.
How about that?
A low
Low S. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
It's an A plus plus. If you
Right.
look at it that way.
Next one we have Avatar, 2009, the movie.
Oh, Blue People.
Yes, Blue People.
Okay.
This is a great movie.
A.
One of a kind, but I would
A.
say A.
A. I mean, it was
It's
one of a kind,
excitable.
very cool. Love the again.
The
I like
design.
the design, like
Yeah.
the lore, like the bioluminescent light.
Pandora
Very
was
much
cool.
like a big movie for. Oh, it was 2009 too. Jesus Christ.
I know.
Very good movie for its time.
First time
Absolutely.
was really good.
Yeah.
Second one was pretty good,
I like the second one too.
but I prefer the first.
Really,
Yeah,
I feel like the
personally, for me.
second one.
Second one was dazzling with its effects, but like storyline, I'm like,
I
I
mean,
still prefer the first one.
you know, I'll agree with you. Like the story of the second one maybe wasn't as strong as the first one,
Yeah, well,
but
that's just me though.
you know, I'll give it an A. It's an A.
Cool. Yeah, I would agree. All right, next one we have is the original Exorcist.
Original Exorcist. Oh my god! Yeah, this was
OG.
actually really fucking good.
I love the
as
original
someone who
Exorcist.
because I think this was like one of the first times I actually watched it.
Oh yeah.
Also,
I absolutely love the original Exorcist. I would give it S tier because
S tier?
it is one of my top horror movies. I absolutely love it.
you know, and seeing it for the first time, also, I would say, in terms of like all the horror movies I've seen.
Yeah.
Well, let me think. Like of the ones we've done so far, what did I put Insidious? I think I put that on A, right?
I think it was A.
I'd say this is probably.
'Cause for me, it was like kind of close, but like this is also by
Yeah.
year too. So like
That's
Insidious was like the
That's true. That's
2021.
true. I gotta take that into account too.
Because like right now we're beginning the horror movies that we've covered in 20.
I mean, I think what I really liked about this movie too was just the story surrounding the movie. Also, that you were telling me, I was like, "Holy
Yeah.
fuck!" Well,
Yeah.
I mean, also
it was
given
crazy.
1973, yeah, a movie like this was like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?" Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The practical effects were insane. So,
for me, it's an A,
yeah.
but I'll meet you halfway with an S.
Okay.
I'll meet
I
you halfway
like
with an
that.
S. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next one we got is Curse of La Llorona.
Ah, interesting. One.
It's a good movie, but I would put it at like maybe
For me, it's a B.
yeah. Okay. I was gonna say a C actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Because
for
it's
me,
not.
for me. It's
yeah.
not based off of like
The actual like
The
mythology,
mythology of it.
and legend of La Llorona. Yeah, and that's what I was saying too. Like
Right.
I did enjoy it, and I was kind of like, it was really cool to kind of see something that you grew up hearing about be made into a movie finally.
well, apparently they made.
I know
they
they
actually
made like others in
older
the past
films,
too,
yeah.
but like actually seeing it as like like a Hollywood
Yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
I think is what I meant.
Like they did a good job.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not a movie that I want to go back on.
Right.
You know, like a lot.
Right. I
And
think
this is within the Conjuring universe as well.
Yeah.
So-
And I think for me, I think my biggest takeaway outside of like what was like presented with us with the film was just being able to like share the aftermath and like sharing of the stories and
Yeah.
kind of like little legends and
Yeah, that was
ghost
cool.
stories.
That was a
Like,
fun-
with
that was
all
a
the
fun
others
thing.
in the group. Like that's for me was really fun.
Yeah.
So for that B for me.
I'll agree with a B.
B.
How about that? B is pretty good. All right. Next one we got is Sleepy Hollow,
Oh yeah,
which is it's a fun tale.
that's a fun one.
I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like
It wasn't like
top notch.
It wasn't like a top-notch film for me either. But this is also kind of one of those rare instances where I get to see Christopher Walken in like a gothic setting, and it
Yeah.
just kind of works in a way that I
Little
wasn't
bit.
expecting.
a little bit.
Headless Horseman, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
The witch angle was interesting. I think it did a really good job of like giving a nice little twist to the story of like Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
For me, it's a B.
B.
Like generous
I can agree with that.
B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like C plus, but B's pretty
B.
good.
B's good.
Yeah.
Like, it was good. Like, I enjoyed watching it from
Yeah.
time to time.
This next one I would give an A.
Oh.
Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, almost an S for me.
With the only maybe 2 or 3 times that I've watched it, maybe each time that I definitely enjoy it,
Oh, yeah.
but it's like it's not like something that I keep coming back on.
Oh, no. Almost an S for me, but it's not like, because I'm also thinking of like other musicals that I watch, and
Yeah, like Potter musical. That I would give S+ to that.
well, other
Potter
musicals,
musical, man. Oh, so
other
good.
musicals. I think what this thing really has over me is the aesthetic and the fact that it's Johnny Depp.
The aesthetic
Johnny
is
Depp.
great.
The aesthetic is
Oh, it's so
phenomenal. The serial killer, the killings, Alan Rickman.
I enjoy.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I enjoyed it because it was like a dark musical.
Yeah.
That's what I loved the most about it.
Yeah. I always love me like a nice dark gothic musical. I'll give it an A. Yeah, A's. I can agree with that.
All right. Next one, a nostalgic one for both of us. Dinosaur. Oh, I would give that an S tier because I absolutely
The
love
nostalgia
it.
is strong in this one.
Oh, it is so strong.
Okay.
Man.
Here's the thing, though. We're gonna need to start taking into account what we got on the board here. So,
Oh,
Dinosaur.
okay. So we're going by year.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
Dinosaur.
if we're going on the year, I'll give it an A.
Yeah, because I'm looking at all these other ones like Van Helsing,
Star Wars 3.
Neverending Story,
Lord of the
Star
Rings.
Wars, Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
Exorcist.
Yeah. Okay.
Where would I put this? I think A is
I think A's
A's
fair
fine. I got a fair one.
rating.
Yeah.
I would-
Because
I
like
would
looking
give it
at
an
what
A.
it's up against, I'm like, I don't know if I would put this over any of those. Honestly,
No, probably
it
not.
kind of doesn't make the most sense to put it there in
Yeah.
S. And the nostalgia again, very strong in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think A is almost a little generous
You think so?
because it's still really good. But like I agree with A.
Okay.
For me, I'm
A's
cool with
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
So we got 1, 2, 3 more. All right. So, Ice Age.
Oh.
I don't know about this one.
I don't know. Oh god. I
Based
need to
off of the
think about it.
movies that we've covered for this year, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I'm also trying to see like comparing it to like others in the A tier here.
If we're comparing it to this year, I'd probably give Ice Age maybe a C.
Really?
Yeah, like it's very quotable, but like I don't watch it very much. Like not near as much as I used
That's
to.
fair. That's fair. That's
Like
fair.
it's very nostalgic to me, and I know a lot of quotes, but like for me, it's faded over time.
I think B.
B. How about a? Okay, yeah, actually, you know what?
B.
B. B's pretty good.
B's good.
All right, 2 more. This one's a tiny little tab here.
Oh.
Elf.
You could have made this one a little bigger.
Well, because I printed it out all the same font. And I'm like, okay, good.
All right, so this is Will Ferrell's Elf.
Yes, yeah, Elf. I enjoy it, but
I am not going to be able to poke through this.
that's fine. Elf. It's. I don't even know actually. I'm kind of deciding between a B and a C. Kind of like the
I'm
in
kinda there.
between, like kind of like a C plus.
I'm kind of there too.
Where it's like it's a good movie, but like it's a.
Bro, the tech is so big that you can't even see the rest of the.
It just says-
it just says F. It's just the end.
So it's Elf basically.
Elf,
So
yeah.
I would say C plus. We could both agree on that one.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Last but not least.
Elf just fell off the fucking tech. All right, cool.
Well, all right.
We're gonna need to get some tape or something.
Yeah,
for that
that's
one.
all right. All right. Last but not least is Narnia: The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Absolutely love that movie.
I do love this movie.
Strong fantasy film. That's why.
It is pretty strong fantasy. Compared to the other fantasy I have.
Well, that's
in
what I'm
here,
trying to see.
I
would give it an A.
I'm feeling B though compared to
What?
the because compared to all this other fantasy we got going on here though. I mean, mind you,
Yeah.
we have.
I know what we got here. I know.
Yeah, and look at what's in this tier, and then
I know.
and then put Narnia.
A.
A?
Yes, I love Narnia. It is so. Oh, no. Toby interference.
God damn it, Toby.
I would give it I love Narnia. It's so I've read the series and I've watched the movie plenty of times.
I've seen it a couple
And
times.
I feel like you could watch it any time of the year, even though it's based in winter, because it's a fantasy film. And it's so
Well,
good.
it kind of goes throughout the whole the seasons of
seasons,
winter and
yeah.
summer, so it's like
The
really
battle
good.
at the end.
The battle was pretty cool. I mean, a lot of the fantasy. Okay, you're starting to win me over a little bit.
So Aslan. I mean, come on, Aslan.
Liam Neeson was really good
Yeah,
there too.
I
That
know.
was a really solid choice.
It's so good. And then they get crowned at the end. It's so cool. And then they come back, and it's just like, oh, look at all the experience that we've done.
You know, just because in Star Wars, I mean, at the end of the first Star Wars episode 4,
5.
Episode 4. They had like a little like ceremony also at the end.
That too.
Sure. Okay. I'll put it in A. I'll put it in A.
All right.
He kind of twisted my arm.
Yeah.
But I'll put it in A. It did kind of. It does do a pretty good job at what it does.
Cool. All right. Put it on there because that is the last one of 2022.
Well.
All right. So we finally get to this year.
Oh God, what even happened this year? I don't remember.
Too much. 2023. All right. First one we got here is Back to the Future. It's a pretty solid movie.
Where would you?
Not
put it?
everybody's favorite. I would give it a nice B.
Wow, I was
Yeah.
literally thinking of that exact same.
Like, it's a great movie, and I'll go back and watch it from time to time. It has a great story. It has great characters.
It's an iconic film, definitely.
Yeah. So, but
think
it's like not one of my favorites, but you know,
No,
it's pretty
but
good.
it's fun.
Next one we got is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I love this film. It's so
That was
good.
pretty fun. Oh wow, this is kind of okay. Back to the Future, Bill and Ted.
I would put Bill and Ted's over Back to the Future.
Really?
Yeah. That personally, that's my decision on it.
Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start using the ends here because they got the most space, and then we can actually look at the names.
There you go. I would give it an A.
You're giving it.
I would give Bill and Ted's an A because it's, for me, it's quotable. It's funny. It's just.
I think I like the premise a lot. Of, like literally
ridiculous
just
setting.
two, just bros, just like getting into a fucking
Yeah.
time machine and they're going throughout history just so they can make a fucking a speech, a presentation,
a presentation, just to get an A,
just to get an A.
which is ridiculous, which is why I love it.
Yeah.
So. Next, we got King Kong.
Oh, 2005.
Yeah.
That's a really
OG,
fun one.
yes.
I was literally just talking about this movie the other day.
This is a great film. Besides the bug scene, it is amazing.
No, the bug scene makes it creepy, and it does it. Yeah, it needed to be there.
Well, it adds to the danger.
It
of the
actually
island,
adds to the
so
danger, and I was like, yes, this is a good
I would give this an A plus.
A plus. Yeah, A plus.
Not quite an S, but A plus.
A plus. I feel like because I almost kind of wanted more. Like it left me wanting more, which is good, but I wish it had more going on
Yeah.
in the movie. I don't know. I just wanted something more about like the island or the setting of New
Yeah,
York in the,
maybe,
like what
yeah.
1930s New York.
Yeah, I think somewhere around there.
1920s, 1930s.
Film was just barely
Early 1900s. You know.
Um,
Jack Black. Holy shit, dude.
in a serious
In
role,
a serious role,
which was like, okay.
but like. In a role that I could honestly see Jack Black playing though, as like a
an
swindly
adventurer.
type director who's just like trying to like do it the best he can, just to like get his fucking
just to
movie
get
out
money.
there and to get money. Honestly, I'm like, yes, this makes absolute sense for him.
It does. Next one we got Avengers Endgame.
Oh, I mean, this is kind of an iconic movie too.
That was a really great one. I know my wife would be like S plus, but for me it's like I would give it an A.
I'd give it an A too.
Like I like my superhero
Okay.
movies, but not as much as my fantasy movies.
Right, but here's the thing though. I'm comparing this to like the other superhero movies that have come
Right.
in since Endgame.
Oh yeah,
I
There's
this
a
is-
lot of really
I feel
good
like this is kind of like the peak. Everything afterwards is kind of like a little bit harder for me to get into after Endgame.
yeah. Yeah.
So if this is the peak for me, it's got to be S
Really?
for me. Like S.
I would do A. I would do
A?
A. I would do A.
Mhm.
Because like it was a good movie, but like
I'll meet you halfway. I'll meet
Okay,
you
all right.
halfway.
next one we got is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
See, that's what I mean.
Yep.
That was a really fun one too.
That was
But that's mainly because I love me a kung fu action film.
Yeah.
And this is
not
Kung
only
Fu-
that, but just like the whole like
Yeah.
history of
The history, the
of
aesthetic,
the rings and
um,
dragon, and it was so good. Like
yeah,
the final fight was good.
The visuals was very pretty
Very
in this
cool.
movie.
The dynamic between the main characters.
This
really
one, I
great.
would say, yeah, it's an A for me.
That one would be
That
an A.
would be an A.
I can
for me.
agree with A on that one.
Yeah. And I'm actually upset with Marvel that we haven't gotten any follow-up on Shang-Chi
know.
at all.
Ever. Yeah.
In
we
the
just
years
got
since.
we just got the one from the movie, and we're
And at the same time too, I understand that the actor Simu is like he has like a leg injury right now, and that was one of the reasons that he wasn't like doing a lot right now is because he has a leg injury because he was playing like a pickup game of basketball, just like in the street.
Oh, okay.
And he like hurt his leg, so it's like
it happens.
all right, well,
Hold a hand. All right.
but shit happens. Yeah. But still, like not even like a casual mention here or there in any of your other fucking projects. Come on now.
Apparently. Alrighty, so next one is The Mummy.
Oh,
The first one.
See, that's an A. That's an A. That's an A. That's an A. That's an A.
I can agree.
That's a pretty high A for me.
It's like an A plus.
Yeah, almost an S. Almost an S.
Almost an S, but not quite.
Just because like the gothic aesthetic is just a little bit higher for me, but the
bit.
Egyptian aesthetic is also really fucking cool. And also, Brendan Fraser in a like Indiana Jones type role was really fucking good. He was genuinely the perfect actor for this film. Because he's serious when he needs to be, but he's also goofy when he has to be in the situations too. And like the supporting cast too, fucking phenomenal. Absolutely love it. So yeah, high A.
A plus.
High A for me.
Next one we got Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Oh man, this was such a fucking good. Okay.
That was an amazing film.
This was such a fun movie.
For this year, I'm gonna give it an S. I love the movie.
You know, of the movies we have so far, I think this is the S.
I think this is the S
This is
tier.
the S. This is the peak
And of course,
the
this
movies
is
we
all
got.
like based off of like personal stuff. But like for us as nerds,
Yeah.
I loved this movie. So like the adventure, the characters, the premise, the villains, the spells that we got to see.
Chris Pine did a really good job.
He did a really good job.
Being a bard and just fun.
It was so
the guy with the plan.
The guy with the plan with
then,
A, B, C, D the plans.
And then Michelle Rodriguez also a really good job
Barbarian.
as a barbarian and just like doing all those wrestling moves. Fuck yeah, that's what a barbarian do. But yeah,
Well, that's true.
very fun, very fun.
All right, next one we got the first Guardians of the Galaxy,
Ooh,
which is a pretty good one. I really like that one.
I really like this one just because of the band of misfits that we get. Also,
Yeah.
again, it's basically D&D in space.
Oh, it is for sure. It is.
And
It's another sci-fi adventure.
yeah, another really fun sci-fi adventure. I'd give it an A.
I give it an A. I like it.
Pretty good A.
They've been building off those characters for
A while now,
while.
and I really like what they've done with the Guardians.
Yeah.
It's always been a fun time to watch.
I like
Guardians.
All right, next one I think is an S tier.
Oh,
The Greatest Showman.
yeah.
No
argument.
Oh, it's
See,
so
yeah.
good.
Again, that's why I was like
man.
thinking about the musicals that we did in the other one too. I was like, Sweeney Todd or The Greatest Showman.
I would do Greatest Showman.
is really
so
fucking good. Hugh Jackman is really
He's
fucking good.
now that's a performer.
Yeah, yeah.
Woo, especially in that movie. It's
Honestly,
like the whole soundtrack.
I don't know if there's a movie
catchy.
I've watched where I didn't really like Hugh Jackman's performance. Honestly, I mean, of the movies I've seen him in,
for him. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like off the top of my head,
I think he just like gives it his everything. His all.
he's a really good actor, man.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, that's S.
This one might be a little bit low. The Babadook. That one I kind of thought of like C, maybe around there because it's
I
like
think
it's
C for me.
It's like
I think it was just an interesting concept,
yeah, right.
and it had a lot of good things going for it. I just think that other movies stuck with me more
Yeah, than the Babadook.
than
like,
the Babadook.
like if you mention like the movie like Babadook, you're like, oh yeah, I like that. You know, it's like that film. But, like,
I haven't met anybody
Yeah.
go fucking crazy in
Right.
front of me about it.
but, yeah.
And I haven't talked to anybody that felt so strongly about it either.
Not
I
yet,
think
me either.
C's
a decent
C's
rating.
decent. Yeah,
That's
it was okay.
I think that's our lowest one, right?
Right now, yeah. On this in this year.
All right, next one is probably pretty high between us. Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Ooh. Where would I put this?
Not
though?
quite S.
I'm
Not-
trying.
I don't think
Not.
S.
It's not S.
No.
Okay. Would I put this above Bill and Ted? Probably though. For me.
It's like a
I know
tie
it's
for
it
me.
weirdly like
It
overlaps in a
kinda
couple
evens.
ways. But for me, because I've watched it a lot more than Bill and Ted, that's where I'm
That's
like, it's a
probably
little
why.
bit higher for
Yeah,
me than
yeah,
Bill
yeah.
and Ted. So like an A plus for me.
Okay, I'd give it like an A.
A.
I'd give it an
All
A.
right, we'll put it right there with Bill and Ted.
All right, I was gonna say it kind of evens the field, you know.
Yeah, we'll just put them right there together.
All right, we're almost done here. This is longer than I thought. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
The first Harry
The
Potter.
very first one.
This is where
Personally, for me, it's an S tier because
It's
I
S.
absolutely love the origin stories. For you, it might be different. I get it.
Comparing it to the other Harry Potter movies that I've seen.
Well, that too.
I mean,
comparing it to the Harry Potter plus the movies that we have here.
we wouldn't have any of it if it wasn't for this. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give it an S.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll give it an S.
Plus, I just love origin stories. I love the spells they use.
None of this happened if it wasn't for this movie, to be honest.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'll give it an S right there.
Cool.
I'm gonna put it right under the Greatest Showman though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, but
Okay. Next one, we got another Harry Potter, Order of the Phoenix.
ooh,
Yeah. Which is an interesting one. People
an
kind of
interesting
have
one, yeah.
debates on that one.
yeah.
Obviously...
I mean, that in its own right is fun too.
Obviously, this is the one with Umbridge.
Yes.
This is the greatest villain of all time.
Honestly, yeah, she was
She's
probably
terrible and everybody hates
much
her.
more terrible than Voldemort.
I think so.
Yeah. So very good choice, and very good actress for it. Honestly,
wow.
she did a really good job.
That's the thing, yeah. Order of the Phoenix, I would give like a B.
For you?
Yeah. Between all the Harry Potter movies and the ones that we have listed for the movies of this year, I'd give it a B. Like it's good, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah, I'd say B plus.
Yeah,
B plus. But yeah,
Okay,
it's fine.
let's do that one.
I'm cool with that.
All right, we got 2 more here, and we're done.
Oh my god.
All right, we got Pet Cemetery, S tier.
Oh really? For you, it's an
I
S tier?
love this movie.
Genuine?
Yeah, this is like one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
I'll give it a B.
B.
I mean, it's a good movie, but like I'm not. It's not like in my fucking.
I'm stoked about this. I love this movie.
It's not in my thought. I mean, you're gonna have to convince me to like meet you halfway.
It has like
on
dark elements. First
Okay,
of all, it has a
okay.
child death in it.
Okay.
It has like cursed ancient burial grounds that wafts over onto the land.
Vibes.
You get this
Vibes.
father who's grieving, but he's just like, if I can literally resurrect my son, he's gonna be back
All right,
because
all
the
right,
cat
all right.
can do the same thing. Why can't a human?
Okay, you've convinced me to an A.
Okay, that's pretty good.
You've convinced me to an A.
That's pretty good. All right, last but not least, the Santa Claus with Tim Allen, the Santa Claus.
Okay.
I'm gonna give this a C for Claus.
You know,
I was considering a D because it's not that great.
I was kind of there too.
I would give it a D plus just to like get that in between grounds because
This is probably going to be our lowest ranked one. I don't think we've had a D.
no, we did Annabelle Comes Home as the D.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's our lowest one.
Wow.
Yeah,
We haven't really covered any shitty movies yet.
not really. That's not really our vibe.
All right, we'll give it a C minus.
Okay, C minus.
Just because like the vibe is slightly nostalgic.
A little bit. Yeah.
There's a little
It's
bit of
90s
nostalgia
movie,
there.
you know.
I guess he was kind of like my first Santa
I think so too.
for me.
Yeah.
Not my best Santa, but my first Santa.
But,
We don't always get the best Santas, okay? Sometimes it's just a guy in a suit.
we can't pick and choose, okay?
You can't pick and choose. All right, I think that's
So that's our
agreeable. That's our
tier
tier
list
list,
of
yeah.
all of our movies that we've covered.
what a way to end it, like on Santa Claus.
Well, that was our most recent movie.
I know.
I was like, I kind of figured that like it would make sense to go through the years and
Right.
kind of like choose between that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did a lot of movies,
Oh god, yeah.
and we're probably gonna do a lot more.
I almost kind of want to keep these lists just so we can like see if.
Well, I'll take a picture of them and
Yeah,
then, like
right.
kind of so I'll send it over to you and be like, well, maybe next year we'll do the same thing, except
Yeah.
we'll just keep adding to it.
We're just gonna keep adding to it.
Yeah.
Draw a bunch of caricatures and shit.
Hopefully this setup kind of stays the same. We'll see how it all goes. I feel like this is a good ending episode for
the year, yeah.
For the year.
Yeah, we gotta get to look at the progress we've made now. Yeah.
And these are just the movies that we've covered. This isn't.
That's true.
This does not include the shows, and this does not include the D&D topics that we've covered. We also.
God, we have so many shows we could cover too.
Well, I know. There's a lot of shows we can cover.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's books and baggins, but that's kind of more of like literature stuff that you just kind of go through chapter by chapter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I don't know. I feel pretty content.
It's kind of weird seeing it all just like laid out in front of you like that, though.
There's so much.
Yeah.
Like, did we really cover over 50 movies? Yes, we have.
Over 3 years, yeah.
2 years.
Oh God, 2 years.
Not even 3.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what movie we're gonna cover next. That's the.
You know, we've been putting off a couple for a while. I think we need to start covering some of those.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, there's a couple that we've been talking for like the last 2
For
years
a long
about
time.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to tell the audience where they can find us?
God, I think there are 5 of them.
There are 5.
So first one, Spotify. That's
Yeah.
probably one of the main ones.
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts is another big one that you
Yeah.
can find us on. YouTube. Holy shit, we're on
Yeah,
YouTube.
That's hence the video.
Hence the
format.
video, which is for our YouTubes.
Yeah,
Anchor
Mhm.
and Castbox.
that's true.
I'm getting good. I'm getting better at these.
Getting better. Yeah, that means for
After
me,
2 years.
For me, I can just like relax and just be like, yep.
Yeah. After 2 years, I'm starting to get good.
Yes. Also, so this isn't for this episode, but it's for hopefully the next year and on. We're hopefully going to be putting this show under like one title, one name.
Oh, rebranding.
A rebranding
Yeah.
in a way, because we're going to have Drink and Dried.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have Books and Baggins. And then I'm actually, for audio, for only audio first, versions, I'm going to have my own Exploring Arda for my Tolkien podcast, because they're having a fit about me not being able to be on Apple for some reason. Don't know why.
Well,
But I was like, okay, well, might as well just kind of like, since this is our channel, I'm like, I'll implement
at
my
the end of the
episodes.
day, y'all's is the boss. Okay,
Yeah.
what you guys want.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can
Yeah,
choose
sure.
which episode to listen to.
yeah,
so it's
essentially.
like-
And then also, like, I guess we kind of need to cater to the audience's request also, because
Yeah.
that's basically what you do in
yeah.
these types of platforms.
But-
I guess.
The majority of it will be our show. So
Well, yeah. At the end of the day, we get the final say.
exactly. But yeah, so just kind of look out for that, I suppose. And each time we record, so hopefully for on my end, because like I haven't really been that diligent about uploading the audio version. I'm more focused on the video.
The video.
So I'm like, okay, well next year I'm gonna be like, more like precise about audio and video. So
Yeah. We're also going to see if we can get any new, I don't know, I guess equipment.
surroundings and lightings and
Yeah.
all
We got a
that
lot of
fun
stuff planned.
We got
We
plans.
We got plans.
We
We
got
just we need to execute.
Yeah.
These things take time. Okay.
Plus, I'm gonna work on my editing skills, which is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we need to
Decent at
start
best.
looking into other platforms too. Who knows?
Maybe I'll have to see what other ones there are out there. I think there's like Stitcher is a really big one for podcast ones, but
There's a lot we
Yeah.
can discuss later.
Yeah. So I think that's all. I think that's everything.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
For now.
stay tuned for another episode in the next year.
Yeah, I guess Happy New Year, guys.
2024.
This is oh god, 2024. What
Yeah.
does it have in store? I'm feeling positive.
I'm
like,
actually
for me,
feeling positive.
For
about
me,
it.
I mean, in spite of all the shit that kind of came at the end of the year for me here, and
Yeah.
for both of
Both
us,
of us,
honestly,
yeah.
and honestly for everybody that I know,
yeah.
New Year's always kind of gives me like a bit more of a positive vibe, just because of like now we can actually look forward to something new coming our way. Like it just gives me like potential.
Coming soon. to
Yeah, right.
Vegas.
Like literally, it's literally like the coming soon. And I'm just like, I don't know what's coming, but I'm excited to see what it is
Let's
next,
do
man.
it.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
New Year's is always like a good time of the year for me.
Yeah. So good things coming.
Yeah.
So I think that is.
Putting those vibes out.
I think that is everything. Hopefully I edit it correctly. We'll see.
We'll see. We are
We'll
very
see.
tired. Until
Alrighty.
next time, you guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New. Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Tally ho.
Goodbye.
May drink and dried be with you all.
Yes.
See ya.